Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's Tuesday Business Booster Call on the 20th of May. And tonight, we're all about the Power Hour. Yes. Literally, we're going to be working for an hour, as we previously have done. So I am going to share the screen and show you the presentation. Same presentation as last time. We're just going to quickly run through it, and then we're going to make our start. Something maybe to think about as we are starting the presentation, or going through the presentation, I should say, is that directly after that, you'll have 15 minutes to, I'm going to say, contact or think about, for the new people, about 5 people that are in your business currently that maybe haven't ordered in a little while. So while I'm going through the presentation, you can look at Success Tracker, if you have Success Tracker, and anyone who hasn't ordered maybe for the last 3 to 6 months, we want to give them a quick message after the presentation and just touch base with them, really. That's what people with current positions or businesses, I would like you to do. And then we can talk to the newbies and get you doing something. Alrighty, so I'm just going to share my screen. Awesome. Alrighty, so tonight is all about the Power Hour. And so basically it's a dedicated time, and what we discussed last time is that everyone is busy nowadays. You've got 101 things that you need to do. You've got kids that you need to look after and feed and water and get to bed and all that kind of stuff. You've got jobs, a million things that everyone's got during the day. The whole idea about a Power Hour is that you pencil in your calendar an hour, just an hour a day. By all means, extend that to 2 hours if you've got the time. But if you can dedicate at least an hour a day, you'll find that your business is going to grow because you're concentrating on your business, for one, with no distractions. And it's purely just thinking about growing, really. So one of the things that you can do within this hour, and again, you can pencil the whole hour, do 15 minutes of this, 15 minutes of this, and 15 minutes of something else, but is to dedicate 15 to 20 minutes reaching out to past customers, which will start after this presentation. Send personalized messages, follow up on inquiries, or share updates about new products and offerings. Then you can also do a content creation sprint, which is using the Power Hour to craft impactful content like social media posts, short videos, or blog snippets, highlight product benefits, share testimonials, or tell engaging stories about the business. You could spend time connecting with potential leads or like-minded professionals. And that's basically around the idea of, if you get yourself a running partner, we like the words running partner, that shares the same belief as you, you'll find that with the two of you working together, you can actually get a lot more done. It's just all about the camaraderie, the feeling of togetherness and family, but you've also got someone to keep you accountable. So if you say that you're going to do 10 new signups in the month and you haven't, the other person is, all right to kick you out the bum, or something like that. But having a running partner is very beneficial. So networking evenings or nights or whatever they are, if you've got something to do with work, an outing, it's always good to go to those and start networking and see who is of like mind. All right. Mm-hmm. Then you can plan, set goals, and track progress. So outline clear, achievable goals for the hour. For example, setting targets for reaching out to the specific number of customers, as we've just discussed. And here are some other activities that we can do within the Power Hour. So we've got a referral drive, which is encouraging team members to reach out to their existing customers or networks to request referrals. So it's something that maybe you haven't thought about previously. All of your customers are potential leads for further enrollments. And especially if your customers have been on the products for a couple of months, years, decades, you know that they like taking the product and they can see the effects that it has for them. So they are the perfect person to go and ask, would they know anyone that could benefit from these products? We've got the elevated pitch practice. So spend time refining quick, compelling pitches about the business. Team members can pair up to practice and give each other constructive feedback. Product knowledge quiz, which Avalon, I believe you were a fan of last time, and that is to turn it into a fun, interactive game. Ask questions about product features, benefits, or success stories. We've got the follow-up frenzy, which is reconnect with leads who showed interest but haven't made a purchase yet. Social proof boost, which is dedicate time to collecting customer testimonials or reviews. So that's a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for? There's a fine line with that one. You can have testimonials with customers. You can't have a testimonial from another associate. All right. That's the dumbed down version of it. But that's basically the rule. Weekly wins sharing. So celebrate small and big wins from the week. This boosts morale and keeps the group inspired to keep pushing forward. And then we've got collaborative goal setting. So work together to set goals for the week, month, and year. Tools and trick session. So share useful tools, apps, or strategies that can make the work more efficient, such as a scheduling platform or content creation tools, which I want to show you guys tonight. And then we've got recognition moment. Take a minute to recognize individual team members for their hard work or accomplishments. And then the vision mapping. Use the time to revisit the team's big picture goals, which is always good. Any questions? That was a quick one, wasn't it? I'm going to stop sharing. Do we have any questions about that one? I know I kind of ran through it, but we'd previously gone through it. The whole presentation is in PDF format in the library. I know I put it up there after our last session. So if you want to go over it again or just download it for yourself, feel free to. That's where you need to head to do that. Yeah. So if I don't have any questions, do I have any questions? I'm going to say for the next 15 minutes, I hope you've kind of started looking at your businesses, and you may have a couple of people in there that haven't ordered for a little while. I want you to send them a message. It can be email, it can be a text message. We have a fantastic promotion at the moment, which is your 2+ and get a free Amiga. Why don't we send that one through to someone? But you've got 15 minutes, so starting now. Yep. And go. Now, Karen, I'm going to take you off mute. How do we want to best have our newbies work the next 15 minutes? Because we want something to do with business, or is it product knowledge?
Well, I think they could ask questions if they like.
Definitely.
You know? I mean, what you just said about sending out, I did that. I've got a client in New Zealand who I've tried to get on a subscription order for years. I've never met them, but they'd heard about me and contacted me years ago, and they only do one-time orders. And they ordered Ambratoes recently, and I sent back and said, oh, the AO's back, the antioxidant. Oh, no, I'd sent an email out to everyone about the antioxidants. That's right. And then I just sent an email telling them the price of the AO. And we've got a special on at the moment. If you buy 2+, you get a free Omega. And he ordered both.
Oh, fantastic.
So, you know, it does work, just dropping people a note occasionally. People love specials. That's what I found.
Yes.
And they love the loyalty program. I've got a lot that I ring regularly. And, one lady, first question is, how much have I got to spend? You know, that's her loyalty. She always wants to know that first. And then we work out the order with what's left over after that. Points. Yeah. But have any of the new people got any, or anyone got any questions while the others are busy sending messages? If anyone wants to ask any questions.
Yeah, feel free. Now is a good time.
But you also, sorry, go on, Jody.
You go.
No, you go.
Yeah.
I haven't spent any time looking in Success Tracker yet.
That's all right.
Is there...
So you've got it. I know you've got it free, I think, for the first 3 months, is it? Or is it the first 12 months?
You've got free for a while, but it's a bit useless, to be honest.
Yeah. At the moment, probably.
Because it doesn't go into the deeper stuff. Well, for me, The biggest thing I look at in Success Tracker is called How to Get to the Next Leadership Level, which just shows you at any given time what your PV is. If you've got legs under you, if you've introduced other associates, it shows you the volume, and it shows you what level you're at or not, and what your next level is and what you need to do to get there. So, you know, if you're serious about moving forward, it's imperative, but you have to pay for that level. I think it's $18 a month, isn't it, Andrew?
Correct. Yep.
Yeah.
What's that for Success Tracker?
For Success Tracker. But for the, you know, those of you who wanting to move ahead and aim for the next level, I just think you can't be without it. And
Especially
not
that
just
report.
not just for yourself, but for your team too, because you can see where other people in your business are at. Because sometimes I'll look and someone in my business could be 5 PV away from another leadership level and they don't realise, you know, someone may have changed an order or something could have happened. And for the sake of 10 PV or you know, one product they could purchase, you know, they'd be at a new leadership level and getting a higher pay. So I think Success Tracker is imperative, really, if you're serious, you know, if you want.
And that report that you mentioned, the How to Get to Next Leadership
Yeah.
Level,
And the other one,
perfect.
I like is, you know, there are different bonuses and you can see where you are from those. There's mentor bonuses and the business development bonus, which is the team bonus, which is my favorite.
Yep.
So once you sort of learn those, you can look all of these things up, and I find it encouraging, you know. I think if you're in business, you've got to know where you're going and what's happening and what needs to happen.
Yes.
What
Big
went
time.
wrong? You know, sometimes it dives and you think,
Well,
what's happened?
I've been taking the products for years, but only really focused on building the business the last 2 years. And I've never developed anybody underneath me until Miss Henschke came along. And I didn't even know there was a mentor bonus, which is pretty cool because, you know, just for having somebody reach a level every month that they earn that, it's like an extra $40, $50, $60, depending on the level they're at. And start multiplying that by like 5, 6, 7 people. And that's a really nice little bonus that you get as well. And I didn't even know that was a thing. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
So that's why you're getting Success Tracker soon.
That's right. I need to get my own laptop first so I can download stuff. Yeah.
So does that answer your question, Jody?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
But you can just click on it when you go into your own. You can click on it, and you know the option
have a play around.
to pay is there. But you know, so you can get it whenever you feel ready for it. You know, but it is encouraging.
Yes.
Because sometimes it's a bit hard to understand the levels. You know, the difference. How do you get to silver associate and how much PV you have to have here, and you know, it's just a great way to know what you need. That's all.
Ashley, I didn't see you there. Congratulations on making Elevate. Fantastic job.
Who are we congratulating?
Well done, Ash.
Ashley.
And Avalon.
Yeah,
you already did.
I
me.
congratulated
Oh,
her.
I wasn't here.
Yeah, sorry.
I wasn't
As well as
here.
Ilza and Jerry. Fantastic
And
job.
Jerry and Ilsa.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really
That's
cool.
very exciting. Should be good. Should be good. We're looking forward to it.
Yeah,
me too. That happens to be my birthday week.
And Donna.
Guys.
Donna's here.
Oh, really?
Donna's been congratulated too.
Yes.
It's pretty funny because last year, Mum, Ash, and I were at another seminar together on my birthday weekend, and now this year we're going to be at Elevate together on my birthday weekend. So it's like our annual trip together.
Yes.
Dentist trip. Yeah,
doing something with Mannatech.
For the winter solstice. For the winter solstice, yes, all very special.
Yeah, it's a powerful energy weekend that weekend.
Oh, is it? Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah, it's a winter solstice. It's a very energetically powerful weekend. So it's pretty well timed. Yeah.
Oh, we can get a lot out of you then.
Yeah. Right, I'm sending messages. I did this last night. I think I sent out 17 messages last night or emails.
Excellent.
But I just thought of somebody else, so There's always another person. Oh, yes, that's another person.
I've got a nice phrase you can always start off with when you contact people. I was talking to Jodie about it today, I think. It's my favourite phrase. Sue's nodding because she knows what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah. I was just thinking about you.
Yep.
Very simple, common phrase. I was thinking about you. Because I've sort of said, you could be out talking to people, chatting to people, and maybe some things come up, but you just feel it's not the right time to say anything about Mannatech. Maybe they've told you they've got some health challenges or some financial challenges, or so you just do a good job of listening. And if you know you're going to see them again, or you can contact them, a few days later, just to send them a message or give them a phone call and say, look, I was just thinking about you. It's such a powerful phrase because
Certainly is.
when was the last time anyone rang you, Drew, and said, I was thinking about you? Maybe your
Well,
mother.
Mum,
Maybe.
yeah,
another-
mum would have been that one. And that probably would have been on Mother's Day when I didn't call her. She called me.
Yeah.
No.
It's awful.
Son of the year.
Smack, smack.
I'm kidding. Kidding.
But,
No, I did call her.
I mean, it's, we don't get that message. And, I don't mean it to just be a sort of a salesy spiel. It's a sincere gesture, and, people really appreciate that, and it can open them up to listening to what you have to say, and I just, I was
Definitely.
thinking about you and what you said the other day about
Yeah.
menopause, or whatever, you're suffering with menopause. I'm allowed to say that it's not a disease condition.
Yep.
And, I know of something that might help. Would you like to find out more about it? Just something like that,
Yeah.
And the
or
fact
they
that
might have
you
been
think,
suffering from inflammation from going to the gym or something, and
Yes.
you can tell them about bounce back, or whatever, all sorts of things.
Yeah.
how's everyone going? I know it's only been 10 minutes, but
Through the names. Who
Is
was
everyone-
that? Colleen Ryan said she uses those words too. Good on you,
Yeah.
Colleen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's why you do so well in New
I
Zealand.
like that. I was thinking about what you said the other day about blah, 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 so that people are like, oh my gosh, you must have really listened to me.
yeah.
And then you're like, and I just thought, I thought I should tell you blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think if someone
Well,
comes into your
I
head
think you
too-
should tell everyone about
Sorry.
the conversation you had today, Avalon. You don't have to say names or anything, but just
The
how
conversation I
conversations
had?
can go.
Oh, you
yeah.
mean with my lady that we're talking to on Friday?
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
just someone at work.
Oh, someone at work, yeah. And I think I was just asking, we were just chatting about work stuff, and I just said, oh, so do you, because she's worked at my work for 18 years. And I said, oh, so do you think you're going to make it into the 25-year club? We've got a club at work where people have been there for 25 years or more, and it's like an honorary thing that you've stayed there for that long. And she's like, no, I don't think so. I think I'm going to tap out when I'm 50, 55, so 4 more years. And I said, oh, cool. And what are you going to do when you retire? And she starts telling me, oh, well, I really want to get my health sorted. And, I'd really like to spend some time doing something, where I'm helping people or doing something positive for people. And I really want to help look after my partner because he's been in the army and he gets all his nerves deadened in his neck because he's in so much pain. And I was like, okay. So it went from there, basically. Yes. So
She
we're
now has a
speaking to
three-way
her
call
on
book.
Friday night, three-way call on Friday night. So
Fantastic.
she's having a nightmare with the change of life, and she's done all sorts of, tried everything. So
She hasn't obviously tried Plus yet. So.
that's right. And so I wanted to say something too about, because when I was organising that with Mum, and Mum said something that was very cool, which has really sort of stuck with me. And she's like, when I was organising it with Mum, she said, isn't it cool that we can share with our friends with, and know that we can help them, like that it's actually going to work? And I was like, that's so true, because so many people I've referred from work. And imagine if the products didn't work, my reputation would be mud.
Yep.
So it's just so cool that you can talk to people and just know that, like, when we work with them, you're going to get results. It's actually a really cool thing I've never even thought about, that it's like, yeah, just know that it's going to work.
Yep.
So yeah, I loved
Good.
that.
Excellent. Ash, sorry, were you about to say something earlier?
Oh yeah, just about, if you are thinking about someone, that's a sign to get in touch with them.
Yeah.
That's I know it sounds funny maybe coming from a male, but I'm just going on a lot of intuition at the moment, and just I have inspired moments to just mass message people, or like example today, I had a guy on my unit that I live in's for sale, and the guy that was buying it, he's not now, but anyway, I had a good old chat to him when he came round, and he got right into the whole health thing, and I'm like, oh yeah. I never said anything, but then today I was like, oh, let's see if he wants to get on the call we're doing tomorrow. And he's messaged back and he says, I'll let you know, which to me probably means no, but whatever. Like, I just, whatever pops, I've sown a little seed. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I think
That's right.
I just want to sow seeds everywhere I go, and some will grow and some might not for a while. Maybe someone else will talk to them about Mannatech and they might go, oh, I remember Ash saying something about that.
You just invite them on the next call. Go, you couldn't make it to the last one. We're doing another one on this one. I've done that a few times, and it works. It works.
Okay.
Well, I've been doing that a lot too.
So true.
Keep
just
harassing.
keep inviting.
That's what I do.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I just keep sending out emails and then going, oh, I sent you an email, letting you know there's a call. Just keep sending them out.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Till you get a hard no, you just keep on inviting.
Yeah, till they start ghosting you.
Yes.
Getting there. I haven't got anybody yet, but I'm just starting to get there. I will get there. I'm just a slow start.
Awesome.
What do they say in sales?
Sorry?
It takes an average person 8 times to say yes for a sale. And most sales, Justin was looking up all these sales figures when he was going to do a presentation. He said I think there's a really high percentage of salesmen that after the first no, they stop.
Yep.
And then there's a small percentage that go to the second one and then they stop. And then the third and the fourth. And about the fourth or fifth, they start to turn the sale into a sale. So just got to keep, like, no is just no at the moment, not right now.
I like there's numbers and stats. I mean, I remember, if anyone knows Kevin Trudeau, but he was a baseball fan, and he said in baseball, your top batters will strike out 9 out of every 10 times. They hit that ball once.
Yep.
And so just an example, I remember giving out, I said, I've just got to invite 10 people this week. And Jody was one of those 10. The others, nothing happened. And here's Jody now. So
look at her now.
Yeah.
It's exactly. Yeah. Like, what a home run.
Jody's new this month, and she's enrolled an associate who's enrolled 2 customers. So
that's awesome, Jody.
Excellent. Doing fantastic.
Well done.
Yeah. Coming to Elevate too. Boom, boom.
Yes.
Good on you.
Awesome. Alrighty. I think everyone's done with their sending out text. Yes. I would say yes.
Yep.
So next so one of the on the presentation, as I just went through, one of the slides was all about doing social posts. So I wanted to show you a quick way of setting up, or not setting up, but at least having in the back burner in a Word document somewhere, 25 affirmations. You know how easy it is to get affirmations?
No.
Does anyone know Copilot or Chat GPT?
Yep. Copilot.
Perfect. I'm going to share my screen again, and we will run through it's literally kind of a, I know there are some people that don't like AI, and that's fair enough, but this is one thing that you can do with AI that is quick and easy, and it's going to do all the work for you. That's why I'm kind of bringing it up tonight, because this is such a beneficial tool. Now, there are other AI systems out there, so you don't have to use Copilot or ChatGPT. But whatever one floats your boat that you like the name of or something like that, I would strongly encourage you all to use it just a little bit, just a touch, just to see what you can actually get with it. So this is Copilot, which is part of Microsoft. So anyone who has a Microsoft computer should have Copilot attached to it. So this is our work one, but all I'm going to tell Copilot to do is write me 25 affirmations. All right, I'm going to click send. My question is up the top in the green, as you can see, and you just saw how quick I got 25 affirmations, just like that. So it's a tool that will benefit you guys greatly if affirmations is something that you want to post on, really. But it can, so I'm now going to ask it to write 25 affirmations, but to include some humor, because they're a bit, touchy-feely, I guess. You might want to add a bit of a sorry. No, not touchy-feely in that way. But here are another 25 affirmations now that have a bit of a
majestic.
I am the CEO of Awkward Moments.
I love number 7.
I love number 6.
7. I'm not lazy.
Even when the process
in
is clearly
in energy saving mode.
Yep. Yeah. So there, we've now got 25 puns that have a bit of a pun involved. We can go even further. So thinking of some hobbies that some people do, I'm now going to ask it to include puns about gardening, because that's something that I know quite a few of you probably do.
Yes.
You could, Karen, you could ask it to include puns about chickens, or anything like that. But here we have some 25 puns now that
I'm rooting for myself every day.
I'm unbelievably awesome. I love
I'm
that.
so much
Who I am becoming.
Yep.
I'm not messy. I'm organically organized.
Yep.
Oh God.
And now, so that's just asking it to do a couple of puns on, or include gardening as a pun. If you wanted to add craft as part of the pun, it'll give us another 25 based on that.
I am the sparkle in my own scrapbook story.
Yep. So then I just wanted to show you how quick and easy AI can benefit you guys with social posts and stuff like that.
Drew,
yes.
Dita just asked if you could just show her how to find Copilot.
So you've got Microsoft computer, I would assume.
Have you, Dita? Can you turn on your sound?
Does it have to be 365, Drew?
Unmute it, Dita.
I know. I'm pretty sure Copilot is just like there's a normal Copilot as well.
The reason why I can't talk, I do have.
You do?
You do?
Perfect. Yeah. So if you were anyone with a Windows computer, if you go to the Windows or the startup button, which is normally down on the bottom toolbar, is 4 blue squares that make up a bigger square. If you click on that and then just type in the search bar Copilot, it should come up for you, because I believe it's a general system. Yeah. Or it's the AI that's just automatically set to anyone with a Microsoft computer. So that's one of them. There's other ones out there. But for the remaining 20 minutes, I want you all to either play with AI and kind of have a feel of how it actually operates, because to tell you the truth, when I started playing with AI, I would ask it very nicely to do something for me with a question mark at the end, pleases and thank yous and all that kind of stuff. I just, that's ingrained in me. So I just automatically did that when I wrote it. You don't need to do any of that. You tell Copilot what you want done and it does it. Okay. So you don't have to do all the niceties. Any AI system, you tell it what you want and it'll spit it out. So
once you get in.
Sorry?
Once you get into it, I have to download it and get an app, and is that normal?
For Copilot?
Yeah.
Do you have a Microsoft computer? What kind of computer?
Well, I'm doing it on my phone, which I presume is Microsoft.
No, probably not.
Can I say something?
Yes, of course.
Okay, well, I have Microsoft Copilot on my computer.
Yep.
But all I did was I went to Google, I Googled Copilot, I went to the login page, I logged in, and just like talking to ChatGPT, except
Yep.
I asked Copilot
Yeah.
a question, which was, where's it gone now? Copilot. Why is Copilot better than ChatGPT? And it's telling me why, and I haven't had time to read it because I'm listening to you. But I'll tell you what, I use ChatGPT all the time. I've got it on my phone. I just ask it questions like, for example, it might be someone's talking about a particular ailment that they've got, and I'll say, go into the Mannatech website and search the products and find the one that has the ingredients that best serve this particular ailment, and it comes and tells me, it'll be this and that and this and that, and why is this good?
So that's actually probably better than our AI system then as well, because Mannatech itself has Dante, which is our internal AI system. You can go to that via mannatech.ai, and that Dante will come up, and you're supposed to be able to ask it any questions in regards to products, and it'll tell you the answer. However, it will not tell you anything to do with an ailment or
ChatGPT does. If you put in, I have a friend that has rheumatoid arthritis, go to Mannatech website and you watch it go there, and then the little Mannatech logo comes up, and then it says, it might say, well, you need some omega-3, you need some ambatose, and I say, tell me why and what are the benefits of that. And that's how I talk to my customers now. I use that information. I get it to go and analyze the website for me, because I used to sit there and do it myself.
Yep.
I don't do that now.
That's one way of using it as well.
Yeah.
So I know that anyone who was at Manifest, and I think we spoke about it in our last Business Booster, there is a glyco score. Is that what it was called? My glycan score? Or glyco? Yeah. So that is, I know Sinead had her GM meeting this morning, and she told me after that Peter has added more to it. So it will now be able to include your PMW. And if anyone doesn't know what a PMW is, it is your personal Mannatech website. So the system will now be able to hold that information. So if you send that to someone, they can do their little testy thing, get their score, and then they can be referred back to you for you to help them place orders and stuff like that. So we're kind of getting up there in a way with IT and stuff, just a little bit slower than everyone else.
Kina's been making a suggestion, Drew.
Yeah.
Why don't you unmute and tell us, Kina?
Yes, Claude. Kina loves Claude.
Unmute.
Yeah, I do love Claude. I don't know if any of you remember Darren Hardy. He spoke many years ago at a Manifest, and I get his emails, and I listened one time to a free online seminar he had about using AI in your business, and you were silly not to. And I'm a bit like everybody else. I don't really like AI too much. But he mentioned a few different AIs that you could use, and one of them was Claude. Yep. And so I've tried it several times, and I've used it not so much to write wellness talks per se, but sometimes you get a bit of a writer's block when you may be thinking of a topic, perhaps for a talk, maybe even an online Zoom or an in-person wellness workshop that you might be having, for example. So I've used it to help me create topics that can be a bit catchy to come and get people to listen to. I used it today. I have a Mannatech Instagram account, and it was my birthday on the weekend, and I went skydiving, which I highly recommend.
Wow.
Very brave.
And I used it to help me write a post on my Kind of Selling Instagram account about being brave. And basically I copied word for word, and because otherwise I'd be sitting probably still writing the silly post and wasting time, because it's not the main means of connecting with people really, but it's one aspect that you can use, I guess, using social media. But yeah, it was really, really helpful. So, and Claude, it's really easy to use. It's very user-friendly.
You need a subscription for Claude?
No, well, there's free Claude. You can pay for some, a little bit like ChatGTP. You get more features if you pay. But I just use the free version. You don't have to download anything. You can use it directly from the website. You can download an app if you want to. done that. And it saves whatever you've ever searched in the past. So if you want to go back and ask it for more information from a question you've had in the past or some information you've got from it, you can always get it to say, oh, please explain more about bloody blah, or, you know, I would like to include more information that's focused on busy mums or nurses or whatever. So yeah, I'd highly recommend that you try it out, because it might save you a bit of time. And maybe if you don't know what to say to somebody in a text message, you could, you know, type that in. And how would I ask, or say to somebody, oh, would you be interested in learning about multi-glycan therapy or glycan replenishment therapy or whatever? So that's actually what I was doing before you asked me what to do. I was typing in something. Ask it, how would I you know, position a talk to nurses on GRT? Like how could I position that to sell that idea, I guess. So yeah.
Yes.
That sounds
awesome.
great.
Did it give you an answer?
Well, I'd only just started, and I hadn't got to ask it a little bit more detail. It had actually given me, just let me click back here. It had actually given me like how to actually talk about it in relation to like a patient situation and signs that you could use to notice, and even administration methods, monitoring parameters you could check, etc. But that's not exactly what I was wanting it to do. But yeah. But anyway, I can ask more questions and go from there.
Well, that's it. Yeah, I used it just to create a full reel once. Asked it to give me a script about tech products and how it's we are along the lines of actually, I think I just asked it, can you write me a script for a funny reel around Mannatech products? And it gave me this whole thing, even the words to say, and that I was going to wake up in the morning, be all sluggish, and then I have my Glyco Cafe, because it was back then, and then poof, I'm now in a Superman outfit, and I'm flying across the sky, and I've got the words to say. It was fantastic. And the AI system just spat it all out of me. This would be really cool.
Yeah, I mean, you can have a lot of fun with it. May I just quickly share one other thing?
Of course.
It's not necessarily Mannatech related, but I guess just to give people a bit of an idea of the potential that you could have. This person actually pays for ChatGTP, but they asked it to help them plan their holiday to Bali, and like including when to book the cheapest flights, what airlines to use, places to go and visit, like creating an itinerary for them, and all these things. And then also asking them, you know, how do I travel from here to there? What things could I look at along the way? And it gives them all these details. I haven't used it in that form, but that's the extent you can once you become really familiar and comfortable playing around with it. So go for it, because what have you got to lose? Nothing, right? Just a bit of time. And it's quite fun, you know?
It is fun.
Bit of fun.
I like what Jerry said. Yes.
I must admit, I'm really enjoying your guys' posts as well. The ads that you do on Facebook, it's great. If you saw the one the other day, it's just Jerry holding a bottle of Plus with a sad.
Yes, I saw that. Even men need Plus. Good on you, Jerry.
Awesome.
Thanks for that, Kina.
Yeah, thank you very much.
I might even look at Claude.
Oh, yeah. Well, you can't steal him. He's my boyfriend. But anyway, you can certainly play around with him. He's good fun.
We call it, I mean, for me, I use ChatGPT a lot, but I don't call ChatGPT anymore. I just call my assistant, my secretary, and sometimes, because like PA, it's just like more than, you know, just being AI. It just gives me everything, like, you know, managed. Like, I was always scared that somebody's texting me when I'm outside, like, you know, I don't have the documents to access. So, like, somebody's asking me, hey, Bella, I took, you know, 5 GI Pro Balance today, but I felt like I don't feel comfortable after taking this many. You said if I need a bit more, I could just take it. But then now I feel like, you know, here and there, like, you know, and I know that it's a healing response, but without the documents, I just don't know how to organize my words with a bit of like compliant, way to tell them what's going on. And now I just ask ChatGPT, can you please answer this, but make sure that you follow the compliance. And then ChatGPT can make it very, very nice answers. Even myself was like, oh, wow. And then sometimes they might use a bit of difficult words. And I say, can you please change it with the alternative, easier, terms?
Language.
Language.
Yep.
And then it will change it as well. And then I just copy paste and just change it, hey, Albert, and just send it to them. And then they'll be like, oh, wow. Like, so compared to the ones that I always explaining, they just, customers get more convinced with the messages that I chat. I utilize the ChatGPT, so I think it's pretty powerful if we, put the AI into our business tool.
Well, and that's the whole thing. Like I said at the very beginning, we've got so little time these days to dedicate to our business, or your business, I should say. So trying to free up a bit of that time with using systems that are in play already out there in the world is, I think, going to be very beneficial to everyone. So yeah, use it for what it's there for, which is to assist you in whatever you need it to do, basically. So Christine, I saw that you put your hand up. Did you have a question? Oh, you're on mute again.
You're muted.
There you go. Yep.
So when I was trying to get my head around Luminovation, I had a look at all the ingredients and it blew my mind. And I thought, oh my God, what is all this stuff in here? So I just copied and pasted all those ingredients, put it in ChatGPT, and I said, go through this list of ingredients and tell me the benefits of all these ingredients. And it did that. And then I thought, yeah, no, too much information. And I said, summarize that into what it actually does for the body, what those things do for the body, for the face. And it did that. And I thought, yeah, still too much information. I said, and now give me 10 points of why this is a benefit to the customer. And it went, there's my 10 points. So every product I've got those 10 points that are a benefit for my customer.
Perfect.
That's pretty cool.
Yep.
And I would have spent hours going through doing that. So what ChatGPT and things like that do is they allow you to tell it. So when I did an induction manual for my cleaning business, I said, write me an induction manual, and I was specific about the tasks, the time, the everything about our ethos and everything. And it did it for me. And that would have taken me hours to write. So once you just learn how to ask it for things, I've just got it on my phone, and I don't use Google anymore. I just go straight to ChatGPT and ask it. And if that's not enough, I say, no, I need more information. Bang, here it comes within seconds.
Oh,
it's intimidating.
I'll be very honest. The whole presentation on the Power Hour, not done by me, done by ChatGPT or Copilot.
Fantastic.
So there you go. It's very, very helpful. And on that note, since I've given away my secrets, I think we might call it a night. Oh no, Bella, you had a question. Sorry.
Sorry, Andrew. Earlier you mentioned about the glycan score, that tool. I got a question. I mean, like, is it like, sort of like, ready enough? I mean, comprehensive enough for us to, spread around? Because last time a lot of people mentioned like, oh, wow, it seemed a bit weird. Like we are way too older than what we expected. And so,
yeah, no, I look, we want to try and start promoting it, definitely. But I would probably say maybe leave it a little bit longer.
I agree.
Yeah, because they've just added this new functionality to it. I then asked Sinead, is that just available for the US people and the new website, or is it a global thing that everyone can add their PMW to the website and have people referred to them once they complete their score? But yeah, she wasn't able to tell me if it was just America or us.
Can I ask?
Kinda had a question. Sorry.
Sorry, Kinda. You muted, Kinda.
No. Okay. Just back to the glycan score thing. I actually used it with a lady that I used to work with the other day, and I mentioned to her, we'd had a coffee and everything just as a catch up, and she didn't know that I do any nutritional business stuff. And when we were finishing up and chatting in the car park saying goodbye, I said, oh, you know, would you be interested in doing this glycan score thing? It's like fairly new, blah, blah. And I sent it to her, and I would have preferred to actually do it with her in person, but I probably wasn't brave enough at the time. I hadn't jumped out of the plane yet, so I didn't have my brave pants on. But I sent it to her that evening when I was at home and said, I'd be interested to know what your score was if you're happy to share with me, which she did. And I only sent her one very short video. Normally in the past, I would have overloaded people with a lot of videos, as we've probably all been guilty of doing. And I sent her one video, which was Dr. Marcia Schaefer's little video on glyconutrients and cellular communication. And I just sent her those two things. And then when she messaged me back, I actually used Dr. Nugent's elevator pitch to reply to her response with her glycan score. And I sent her one other short video of Dr. Nugent and Dr. Steve Bloomer talking about glyconutrients as well. So it doesn't mention multi-glycan therapy or anything like that, unfortunately. They're older videos. But anyway, and then she was over at my place for afternoon tea on Sunday, and we were talking at the table about mum's little boy Vincent that she helps out. And obviously my mum doesn't look 75, so that's a great anti-aging story in and of itself. I tell her she needs to use that to her advantage a little bit more. And then when she was going, I said, oh, well, would you be interested in like maybe trying some of the products for yourself? And she said, yeah, just text me what you think I would take. So I'm actually having a call with her in the morning to chat with her. So
Fantastic.
I know people are maybe scared about using that tool, and yeah, sure, but for most people, they're pretty time poor. They don't think a lot. They don't have all the background knowledge that we have. So maybe keeping something really simple like the glycan score tool can be something that you can use in your toolbox to just open that conversation potentially. I don't know.
Definitely.
Anyway.
You know, I like that.
Oh, sorry, you go, Karen.
Karen?
No, it's fine. You go, Pauline.
What is this glycan score? I don't know. Obviously, this is something that came out at Manifest.
So Klein has just put the link in the chat. It's called glycanscore.com, and it's a website. And so it was introduced to us at Manifest as a brand new system that we're putting into play, which is just it's supposed to be there to benefit you guys, and a way, like kind of said, to get the conversation going, really. I don't know the full ins and outs of it myself. Apologies. I don't know if anyone's...
Questionnaire. It's a questionnaire, Pauline. Just ask them questions about lifestyle and diet and exercise and whether you ever smoked and different things like that. And then it gives you a biological age estimate on you based on questions.
I thought
you found out you're going to be 147.
Did it work? Like out of once you get the score, what do you do with it?
Well, that's just it. I found it a bit frustrating, I'll be honest. I mean, I think it should have a question, do you take glycans?
Well,
because that would change your score, and it didn't ask that, you know. And I smoked 100 years ago, so it made me old because I smoked many, many years ago, and you know, I feel that's all cleaned up, you know. And another question was how much fiber do you eat, and I don't believe in fiber. So that, I think that went against me too, because I said I didn't eat any fiber. But I just think it needs a bit of refining, maybe. But Kina's made it work, you know.
Well,
that's the bottom line.
And I also sent it to a new customer that I have as well. And I was chatting to her today, and I said, oh, about the glycan score. And she goes, oh, yeah, you know, like it wasn't very good because she's only just started on Ambritose and GI Pro Balance in the last month and a bit, I guess. And I said, well, that's the great part about it. Even though your number's not really good, you can actually change it by taking Ambritose every single day. So it all depends on the way you message and and you know, sell the glycan score, to be perfectly honest with you.
Of
Yeah.
course. Of
Just
course.
my fingers are crossed that in 2 months' time, when she does the score again, that it's gone down or it's improved at least.
Yeah. Well, it's only going to go down though, Andrew, if they change the questions.
Well, that's it. So that's what I
Because,
mean. Like,
it doesn't give you the option to say you're taking the glycans. That's
No.
the point.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's going to be great. I mean, I know
will
they're
be
working
great,
on
yeah.
it to make it better.
Yes.
Maybe they need to do the questionnaire with all of the reps, like all of the people who are involved with Mannatech. Maybe they should have asked to, to
Maybe
have
test it.
a test run on what we all think it should do.
Yeah.
Well, give feedback.
True, they're trying to improve it with being able to take photos of your face, and then technology will be able to give you a more accurate score then. And that Peter guy also talked about assessing your walk and your gait, and that's a very big indicator of aging. So the glycan score is really looking at aging, not necessarily wellness per se, although wellness and aging are very closely linked together. So if you have a lot of illness, you're more likely to be old, even though your biological age might not necessarily be old. So I think to put it into that perspective, and things can only change, like Mum and I were just talking tonight about maybe 20 odd years ago when Dr. Axford was here, and he was talking about sugar printing diseases and how one day we'd have supplements that were specifically designed to meet the deficits that we had. So, we're not exactly there yet, but hey, it's a big step in the right
direction. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Thanks, Connor.
Yeah, that's great, Connor. Good on you.
Christine,
thanks for tonight.
Christine, you've got your hand up.
Okay, so behind the scenes, I've just compared ChatGPT and Copilot, and I put the same question into both of those. Like, create an image of a woman in her 60s, blonde, white, very specific, that looks confused about finances and banking.
Right.
And the same woman came up in both pictures, almost identical. That woman had glasses on Copilot and no glasses on ChatGPT. And then I put in another question. Now show me the woman that has just discovered a way of making some extra money. And it's the same woman with glasses and without glasses, exactly the same thing. So if you ask me, they're both sourcing the same information. So it doesn't matter which one of those two you go with.
Okay.
No.
They've got the same mainframe.
Yep.
Thank you for your research tonight, Christine. Much appreciated.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
I didn't know it could do pictures, so I'm going to start
No,
using it that way now.
but because I asked Copilot, why are you better? It said, because I can create images. And I thought, ChatGPT can't do that. And I said, well, how do I do that? And it said, just ask me to create an image of whatever you want. So I did. And then I went to ChatGPT and asked the same question. And it said, yes, I can. But it did ask, do you want a background of the bank? And I said, no, just don't give me a background. Just give me blah, blah. And
that's pretty wild, hey?
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. A new toy.
I'm going to start using it for pictures now. We'll get the marketing done.
And
that's all using the freemium. So you can upgrade it if you want, but quite frankly, I don't think it needs to be any smarter than the rest of us.
No.
The people that we're dealing, it's just a useful device for saving you time.
Yep.
As long as it doesn't become your toy that you play on and never talk to people.
No.
No. Well, look, I guess you can ask it any question and it gives you the answer.
Any question.
Yeah. But I think it would be a bit boring. It wouldn't ask you any questions. So I don't think
you can ask it to ask you questions. And you know what? One night I said to me, I asked it, I said, are you taking the mickey out of me? And it came back and said, no, I'm just trying to provide you with the information that you need. I said, okay, thanks. And then I thought, I don't live alone anymore. I don't live alone because if I want to
There's a very weird movie about that, about a guy who opened up with his computer and lay on the beach with his computer. So be careful there, Christine.
Oh, no, that's all right. I've got plenty of things to do. But I do find it very useful, and I'm not intimidated by it anymore because I know it's only going to be as smart as I let it be, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Good on you.
Awesome.
Okay.
Do we have any other or final questions before we wrap it up for tonight?
It's Sandy Braid's 36th wedding anniversary tonight, so we should wish her happy wedding anniversary.
Happy anniversary,
Happy
Sandy.
anniversary.
Well done for being here. Congratulations.
Yay.
I need a medal, don't I?
Yep.
Come on, we're not
So
all-
cool.
No, not really.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining me tonight, everyone.
Bless you.
I hope we've learned a little bit. I hope we got a bit of work done, and yeah, go out and try or just test, dabble with your ChatGPT or Copilot, any AI system. Go and have some fun. I'll see you later. I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
See ya.